Welcome back to another video, guys. So in today's video, we're going to be battling someone from Hayden's server. If you don't know who Hayden is, he's another PokeTuber, and he's awesome, man. If you haven't seen him, you better watch him. He definitely has inspired me to start making these types of videos, and definitely has helped me just kind of mold my own way of competitive battling. But I'm going to start off here with the Pianta, the Swalot here, and I'm going to use Thunder Wave. He immediately switches out from the Mabostiff into Furgraf, and this definitely catches him off by surprise, since not many people run Swalot and not many people run it the way I'm running it. So I did go ahead and slow down this Furgraf, which is really good since the Furgraf usually tends to have the stored power agility combo. I switch into my Honchkrow here just because I suspect that he's going to be using a Psychic type attack, and I'll be able to take that, obviously, since I'm immune. And he does now use the agility, and you see that he's going to be stored powered with that alone. He's most likely going to switch out here, and I should have gone for the Tailwind, but, you know, I saw my opportunity and to get some damage off, and I went ahead and used Night Slash here. The way I have my Honchkrow built, I gave him Super Luck as the ability, and I gave him I believe it's a Zoom Lens. It's the item that increases the critical hit ratio. I can't remember what the exact name, but it essentially guarantees the critical hit when you use critical hit boosting attacks like Night Slash or Air Cutter. So as you can see there, I did get a critical hit, and it just didn't do that much damage since Mabostiff is really tanky. You're going to show me that he has Wild Charge, and this Mabostiff is built really differently. You're going to see later in the match how this is honestly the winning play for my opponent. And I also made a few mistakes, so I do lose this match, but I needed to show this battle to you guys because it was really good. So he does switch out here from the Mabostiff into the Furgraf, and then I use Drain Punch, suspecting that he'd switch out so I could get as much damage as possible. And considering we've just been switching out back and forth, I go for the Drain Punch again on the next turn. And the idea here is because Furgraf is normal Psychic, he's going to take neutral damage to this, and this is a 3-hit KO, so I'm hoping that this thing doesn't have the Armor Tail ability, since it works like Queenly Majesty or Dazzling, where I can't use Priority, and sure enough, we go and see that he definitely has the Armor Tail ability, so that's unfortunate. So he's going to take me out here with the stored power, as I am 4 times weak to that, being Psychic and Poison, and this honestly was the biggest mistake that I did, was sacking the what is this thing's name? Toxicroak. Sacking off the Toxicroak. So yeah, if I had cut the Toxicroak, I think I really would have been able to turn this match around. But anyway, so I do switch into the Honchkrow here, and with the Honchkrow, I decide to use Night Slash to try and take this thing out. But before I do that, I want to get up the Tailwind, so that way I can at least get some damage off on everybody else and outspeed. As I go for the Night Slash here, it does take out the Furgraf, and judging from his team, his best play would probably be to switch into the Klawf. Klawf can take a lot of damage. He's pretty Pokemon, and he can give a lot of damage, as well as set up his Stealth Rocks and things of the sort. So that is exactly what's going to happen. He's going to come in with the Klawf, and he's going to essentially just try and get some of my switch-ins to be limited with the Stealth Rocks. And I figured at this point, considering who's on his team and my Honchkrow being less than half, I really don't have a use for this thing anymore, and I want to get as much chip damage off as possible. So I'm just going to spam Night Slash here, and that's only going to take about 1/3 of damage. That's even with the critical hit, so that just goes to show this is a physically defensive Klawf, considering my Honchkrow, the way it's built, is it's HP and attack invested. Honchkrow has terrible defense. So I decided to go for a risky play here and go for my Lysander, the Pyroar. And what I'm thinking of doing is I have Throat Spray on this thing, and I feel like because this thing's hidden ability is Moxie, it can learn Trailblaze, it may scare this Klawf off, which it did, but then it also told me that this Klawf isn't sturdy, and obviously it's not shell armor, so it's Regenerator. So that does end up also coming into my opponent's favor later in the match. He's full of surprises. He definitely has a knack for building teams, but I use the Hyper Voice here, and I have Throat Spray, which will increase my special attack, and I go for the Flamethrower, which him activating the Snow Warning is going to allow the Bear Tick to use Slush Rush and then take me out using the Earthquake. So at this point, I figured I didn't really need my Pyro anymore. There's nothing else that he could do to any of the other Mons, so I do choose to sack him off. And I switch into the, what's his name? Swalot. I switch into the Swalot so that way I can use Thunder Wave and then outspeed the Bear Tick with my, Barraskewda. Sorry, I'm forgetting all these Pokemon's names today, but it's because I have them nicknamed now and I just can't think of their real names anymore. But anyway, so I go for the Terastallize because I know that he's going to use Earthquake, so the Terra will at least allow me to resist the attack and get my T-Wave off and guarantee that I can outspeed, which definitely catches my opponent by surprise, because if he were to have predicted that, I would have been surprised if he had gone for Icicle Crash. But that was just the obvious play that he'd use Earthquake again afterwards, and he could be very well Choice Banded. So anyway, I do the Thunder Wave, which will allow me to paralyze the Bear Tick, and I'm glad I didn't miss there. I know he's going to take me out. I really want to free switch him, so I go ahead and use the Sludge Bomb here, and he is going to take me out using the Icicle Crash, which allows me now to switch into my Choice Banded Barraskewda. So Barraskewda has close combat, and this will definitely take the Bear Tick out. And with the Barraskewda, I needed to use Aqua Jet on the Squawkabilly because I think that he can clean up, right? He's definitely the winning play if I play my cards right, and I'd be able to Aqua Jet, and honestly, I haven't done the damage calculation, so I don't know if even Aqua Jet would have killed unless I was Terastallized, which I have a Fighting Terra, but he does come in with the Mabasif, and this is the play that completely catches me off by surprise, and I think definitely won him the match. Uses Destiny Bond, and he's Choice Scarfed. So he outspeeds me because I'm banded rather than Scarfed, and I die. So that was very, very unfortunate. And then I'm going to switch into my last Mon, which is my Houndoom. Going to take some rock damage, and you're going to see that the Klawf is in fact Regenerator, and he does a beautiful, beautiful play. This man is on another level. So I think, okay, the only thing I could do here at this point is hope and pray that the Dark Pulse takes out this Klawf, and hopefully I outspeed the Squawkabilly, and if it survives, then the Dark Pulse hopefully gets the flinch off. But Squawkabilly usually ran, I believe, with Choice Scarf because of its ability, Sheer Force. So he ends up Terastallizing, resisting my attack, leaving it in range for him to give me a decent amount of damage where my Life Orb, it will take me out, and that's it. That's GG's. So this is a super, super fun match. Literally, if you had seen me in my live reaction, I was like, oh, why? But really, really fun. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, that's it. Bye.